Okay, well this is the login screen for MS Track Web 8. I've already put in the login for our demo fleet. Click on the login button. Once we log in, the system will automatically load our fleet and display them on the map. Okay. Up the top of the application, you can see I have access to different areas of the software: my history tab, reports tab, Geofence tab, route planning and settings. Underneath each tab I have sub-tabs which will allow me to access sub-areas of the software itself. If I want to see where a location of a current vehicle, of an individual vehicle is, I click on that vehicle in the tree and it'll zoom to that vehicle. If I want to see my whole fleet, I'll click on demo and it'll show me the whole fleet. So I can, let's say, find where is Tanya at the moment. I can then zoom in and establish where her vehicle is currently parked. I also have the ability to do messaging off the system. I can select a particular unit. Now, and unfortunately under this fleet there are none of these units that are actually doing messaging at the moment, so I'm not able to show that. Okay. I can display details which will give me a list of the vehicles, the last time I've received a location from each vehicle, what is the current ignition status, are the ignitions on and off, what is the address, or what we call a geo-referenced location of the vehicle, okay, the speed and direction, the reason why we received the location, and any drivers that may be allocated to a particular vehicle. From this I can also show a position, so if I want to see where that fellow is, Aiden, I can click on that location. It will automatically load the map as to where he is. Okay, I can also change to aerial view and see where he is from an aerial perspective. Okay, sorry, I've zoomed in too much there. We can only zoom up to a level where the aerial maps are available from the mapping supplier. In this particular case, we're using Bing Maps. Okay, if I want to go and see history for a particular vehicle, I load my history tab. I can then select the vehicle I want to do the history for. In this particular case, I'm going to default it and leave it to Aiden. Okay, I can widen this part of the screens. Show history. And it will show me the list of positions I have for the vehicle over a period of time that I've selected for, starting off at midnight or just after midnight on the 23rd of the 2nd, all the way through to the current time, which is 9:15 on the 24th. If I want to see an individual location, let's say I want to see where he was at 14:55 yesterday afternoon, which is the 23rd, I can click on there and it'll show that position on the map. Okay, and I can zoom in and out. Okay, from there I can actually play his history as a recording by clicking on the play button, and what it'll do is it'll automatically play the history. I can then zoom out as the history is playing, and it leaves a trail of where the positions were as it plays the history. And as the history is playing, I can zoom in and out at the same time. Now it's returning back to the office. And stop the history there. You'll note on the left hand side here we've got a summary of Aiden's activity for the period that we've done the report. The first ignition on that we saw for the vehicle was at 1:10. Last ignition off was at 10:10 at night. The total time of the report was 1 day, 23 hours and 59 minutes. The distance he travelled during that period is 99 kilometers, and an average speed of 32 kilometers per hour. Highest speed he achieved was 124. Any speeding events, and so on and so forth. His total ignition on time was 2 hours and 59 minutes, and his total ignition off time was 1 day, 20 hours. Number of trips that he did was 10. I can go to reports. Here we have a variety of reports. I'm just going to demonstrate one report. In this particular case, I'm going to get current odo readings for my entire demo fleet. If I open up the demo fleet, I tick on demo and go run, and it gives me the odometer readings for each vehicle, current odometer readings. Okay. Geofences. Geofences are basically circular areas which we can monitor vehicles entering and leaving, or remaining in that particular area for maximum time. Okay, if we take this top geofence, we've given it a code of 247, we've called it 247 security, and we're monitoring entering and exiting the geofence, a radius of 100 meters around it, okay, and a maximum time of 25 minutes at that particular site. Okay, I can actually show where that geofence is on a map. Okay, and I can do the same to any other of the geofences. Route planning. Route planning allows me to actually plan a route using either vehicles locations or a geofence. Okay, or I can actually manually type in an address where I want to go. So I'm just going to clear that route for the moment. Expand this a little bit so we can actually see all the buttons. And by the way, these areas, in terms of expansion, once you've expanded them, they're actually saved. Okay, so I can say we'll find route Aden, or let's say route from Desmond to Jerry's place, and then I'm going to put in, let's say, Swords. Find address and right click on there, selected location, click OK, and ask the system to create a route. It then shows me the route on the map and will also give me an indication of the turns that I have to take. I can then email those instructions to a person. Under our settings page, we're able to edit and set up various parameters relating to the system. First of all, we can set up our own preferences. Under vehicle settings, we can actually change vehicles descriptions and details. So I can go and select Desmond, okay, and I can change the description for Desmond. I can also change how it's displayed on the map. I can also set up the inputs and outputs based upon what is actually connected on the vehicle. Under fleet work hours, I can actually set up the working hours that is relative to this particular fleet of vehicles, and I can also register drivers and allocate them to individual vehicles. Basically, that's MS Track Web in its entirety.
To learn more, visit our website at www.mobileye.com, or you can email us at info@mobileye.com, or call us now in Ireland on 01 807 9806.